Are you having thoughts about moving to Tennessee? Do you feel like prices in your area are just getting way too out of control and you need a change? Well, I can tell you from personal experience, having moved my entire family from one of those parts of the country that is perceived to have a higher cost of living to the greater Nashville area, that it's not the same everywhere. If you think that the cost of living is higher in your area than other places, you're probably right. Stick with me and I'm going to go over the cost of living in Tennessee and do some state-by-state comparisons as well. Maybe Tennessee is right for you. Hi, I'm Chris McKenna with Benchmark Realty in Nashville. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for me. Also, go down to the comments section. Let me know what state you're in now. Let me know what you think about the cost of living there as opposed to Tennessee. Also, let me know if you've been thinking about moving to Tennessee. I'm going to go over some key points in this video. We're going to start out with the overall cost of living index in Tennessee and some of the other states as well. I'm also going to touch on some of the specific areas like childcare, healthcare, taxes, food costs, transportation costs, things like that. Of course, at the very end, we're going to hit up real estate as well. Okay, first up, we're going to talk about the overall cost of living index. Now, a lot goes into these numbers. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. Okay, just to explain really quick what these numbers represent. If we start the overall score at 100, that means it's 100% of the national average. If there's a score that's lower than 100, like say 85, that means that that number is 85% of the national average. Now, if it's higher than 100, it means that it is over the national average. It's higher, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to start giving you some numbers. So the 5 states with the highest cost index are Hawaii at 193, New York at 148, California at 142, Massachusetts at 135, and Oregon at 130. The 5 states with the lowest overall cost index are Mississippi at 83, Kansas 87, Alabama 88, Oklahoma 88, and Georgia at 88.8. Tennessee is number 6 on that list at 89. Now let's start breaking down some of the individual categories. Let's start out with one of the biggest draws to Tennessee, the taxes, or lack of taxes. Tennessee is a 0% income tax state. Compare this to other states and their maximum income taxes like California at 13.3%, Hawaii at 11%, New York 10.9%, New Jersey 10.75%, or Massachusetts at 9%. There's also the property tax comparisons as well. Tennessee's average property tax statewide ends up around 0.66%, which is 15th best in the country. Comparing that number to the 5 states we just mentioned, and only Hawaii is better. They're the best in the nation with an average of 0.29%. The other 4 states range from 0.75% in California all the way up to 2.47%, which is worst in the nation, and that belongs to New Jersey. One area that Tennessee definitely gets beat in is sales tax. We have the second highest sales tax in the country at 9.55%. California and New York are also in the top 10 for highest sales tax in the country at 8.82 and 8.52%. Next, let's go over a very popular subject in the country lately, and that's food cost. From the numbers in the list that I saw, Tennessee was ranked right in the middle of the country with an estimated annual average food cost of $9,595 for a family of 4. The 5 cheapest states were Kentucky at number 1, followed by Indiana, West Virginia, Texas, and Arkansas. Kentucky averaged $8,527 annually, which is a difference of just over $1,000 from Tennessee. The 5 most expensive states for food are Hawaii, Massachusetts, Maine, Vermont, and New York. Hawaii's annual average was $14,042, which is almost $4,500 more expensive than Tennessee per year. Massachusetts was a little better at $11,674 per year and still more than $2,000 more than Tennessee. Now let's do some transportation costs. We're going to start out by doing the most obvious in gas prices. As of the making of this video, the national average for regular gas is $3.42 a gallon. Tennessee has the sixth lowest gas prices in the country at $3.05 a gallon, just behind Alabama, Arkansas, Missouri, Texas, and Mississippi, who averages $2.96 a gallon. The five most expensive states are Colorado, Washington, Nevada, Hawaii, and California. People in California are paying on average $4.91 a gallon right now, which is almost $2 a gallon more than in Tennessee. Now let's take a quick look at car insurance rates. The average state rate for full auto coverage is $2,118 a year. The average rate in Tennessee for full auto coverage is $1,720 a year. The five cheapest states are Iowa, Maine, Ohio, Vermont, and the lowest is Idaho at $1,021 a year. The five most expensive states are Maryland, Pennsylvania, Louisiana, Florida, and New York tops the list at $4,769 a year, which is more than double the national average and almost $3,000 a year more expensive than Tennessee. Next on the list, let's talk about healthcare costs. In the United States, the average amount people spent per capita on healthcare spending was $8,026 a year. Tennessee's average was $7,373, which was good for 13th in the U.S. and below the national average. The five states that spent the lowest amount per capita on healthcare costs were Colorado, Nevada, Georgia, Arizona, and Utah, which only spent $5,982 a year. The five places with the highest costs were Vermont, Delaware, Massachusetts, Alaska, and D.C., which topped the list at $11,944 a year and over $4,500 a year more than Tennessee. The last thing that we'll talk about before we talk about real estate is something that a lot of families will be interested to hear, and that's the cost of childcare. The national average for center-based childcare costs in the U.S. is $11,422 a year. The five places with the highest cost of childcare are Connecticut, Minnesota, California, Massachusetts, and D.C. tops the list at $24,243 a year. That's more than double the national average. The five cheapest states are Arkansas, South Dakota, Kentucky, Alabama, and Mississippi comes in at the lowest, costing only $5,436 a year. Tennessee is the 12th lowest with an average yearly cost of $8,732. And now for real estate. The first thing we're going to talk about is the price of rentals. According to Zillow, the five cheapest states to rent were Kansas, Iowa, South Dakota, West Virginia, and North Dakota was number one with a median rent of $831 a month. Tennessee is around the middle at number 20 and had a median of $1,860 a month. The five highest rental states were Florida, Hawaii, Massachusetts, California, and New York was at the top with a median rent of $3,400 a month. And here are some numbers on home sales in 2022. According to Federal Reserve economic data, the median home price in the U.S. last year was $428,700. The five states with the highest median home value were Washington, Colorado, Massachusetts, California, and Hawaii topped the list at $636,400. Tennessee was the 18th lowest with a median value of $177,600. That makes Hawaii more than 3.5 times more expensive than Tennessee. At the other end of the list, you have Kentucky, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, and West Virginia was the cheapest at $123,200. Hopefully that breakdown helped you out a little bit, especially if you're thinking about moving to Tennessee. Like I said before, if you can, hit that subscribe button, but really go down to the comments section. Let me know what state you're in right now. Let me know what you thought of the video and how all those numbers compared to that state. And also if you're thinking about moving to Tennessee or any other state that might be at a lower cost of living. If you have any questions at all, especially if it's about Tennessee or the greater Nashville area, please don't hesitate to reach out. My email is chris@chrismckennarealestate.com. You could go to my website, www.chrismckennarealestate.com. You can also find me on Instagram or TikTok at the Nashville Realtor. And don't forget, check out the other videos that I have on my YouTube channel. I do neighborhood tours of places in Williamson County and the surrounding Nashville area, just to give you a better idea of what's out there in case you are thinking about moving to Tennessee. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you soon.